It's already happening like, I don't know, almost 40 years. And it's affected my personal life, let's say. And I decided that I really need to try to make some change. I think that the sooner you start with this thing, bigger piece of life you can be better, fix the problems, and have a happier life. That's like when I came, I said like I don't like myself anymore because I was really disappointed that I'm not able to manage my behavior. I don't understand my mind. I wasn't sure that we can fix it or something. So I was really like angry with myself. Yeah, so when we started with analyzing of the dreams, important thing for me that it made a sense.
So what do you think now, like if you never knew about this?
I'm pretty sure that I would never break my patterns, of course. I would never have actually a chance to understand myself in deep, and it would be really sad if I get this knowledge like after, let's say, 20 years, because I will have less time to improve and also to enjoy the knowledge. It's not so difficult as it could sound. Like we just analyze the dreams.
Yeah.
So I just understand what my mind's trying to explain to me, and that's all.
So what's your name?
I'm Karel.
Nice to meet you, Carol.
Nice to meet you, Robert.
Why don't you tell me what your situation was? And this whole thing is going to be about dreams and like what happened in the beginning. And maybe we can go into a little bit of why maybe in the beginning you did not understand it or did not even consider it a fact, like that it can be helpful. So like, what do you tell us a little bit about your beginnings?
Okay, so my reason why I decided to start this dream analyzing with you, it was because I realized that in my life there are some patterns which still returns, and I was curious if we are able during the dream analysis get the information why my mind behaves sometimes strange, that I'm not able to control it as I want.
Yeah.
So find the source of the strange moods and try to find if there is some way how to avoid these situations and these patterns.
And when we first met, you did not believe in it.
Yes, when we first met, I didn't pay attention about this very much. Actually, I didn't believe that my dreams are really connected with the situation which I'm just living.
Yeah.
Because mostly it was like when I have like sad moods, I have lucky dreams. When I was like a good times, I had some horror dreams or some sad dreams. So I thought that like it's not related to my situation at all.
What did you tell me in the beginning? Like when I told you I do dream analysis, I analyze people's dreams and I help them psychologically. In the beginning, you said,
like in the beginning, I thought that if I tell you my dreams, you will tell me some stereotype about like I have problems with my parents or something like that.
Yeah. So like you had no idea.
I had no idea, and actually I didn't believe that it can be like so personalized.
Yeah. Can you go into more depth? What do you mean by that, personalized?
Like that you just don't hear the dream and find in some book what exactly, like if I see water, if I see fire, if I see ice, if I see my friends or something, what it means. But you ask the secondary questions, like how I felt during this, and trying to find like not exactly that I see something in my dream, but why and what can be the reason, like because the same thing, the same dream can mean something different if I have different emotion and different situation in my life.
Yeah, exactly. And you were telling me about your patterns, like your old patterns. Can you describe some of those patterns? Like what patterns have been haunting you your whole life? And
like the pattern was like from some unknown reason to me, I just feel some strange mood, and I was not nice to people which I like actually, and I wasn't able to control it.
So like in a social setting, let's say, what does the mood look like, or what does it feel like?
Wow, I think it's maybe difficult to describe. You're talking with someone, and then I feel kind of offended, let's say, and I feel like it's quite difficult to describe. Like mostly the feeling was like I didn't feel comfortable. Something from some reason just offended me, I tried, let's say, to manage it, but it make the things even worse. And then I was like, I don't know, like looked on some other place. Like I wasn't in that moment. I was
Yeah,
somewhere
yeah.
else. I even don't know. It depends on the situation, but I was somewhere else.
In your mind.
I stuck to talk to the
Right.
people, and when they asked me like what's happening, it was like nothing, let me be. And then I just wanted to escape somewhere.
So like one thing you described was like you you're somewhere else in your head, right? And one of the things was like you were like 2 weeks ahead, or like you're always in a rush, right? You're never in the moment, right?
Like not never, but in some situation, yes.
So those are some of the patterns. And so what you're describing as the moods, what we wanted to do or why you came to me was because of those moods. And we tried to find like, okay, not just how do we deal with these moods, but what is the source, right?
Yeah, what is the source? Yes.
And the dreams, like for some reason, has been able to tell you a little bit about what the source of the
I
problem.
just decided to give it a try because I was really, it was enough for me. I decided like, okay, I'm not able to manage it by myself because it's already happening like, I don't know, almost 40 years. And I always thought that maybe if I control myself, or if I know that I have this problem, I can manage it. But I realized that I'm not able, and it's affected my personal life, let's say. And I decided that I really need to try to make some change, because otherwise I would just spend all my life with these fucking patterns,
And a lot of that,
stupid patterns.
yeah, a lot of the patterns are also have to do with alcohol, right? With drinking.
I think yes, like drinking actually it's exponent your emotions. So if you are in good mood, you are more talkative, you are happy and everything's fine. But if you have this bad mood and you are drunk, like you don't have the control at all.
And you were drinking a lot.
In some period of life, yes.
Yeah. And then we kind of found out like the drinking had a lot to do with not being able to have that self-control, and also has an impact on your mood, right?
Yes, of course.
I mean, you were, I don't want to say desperate, but in a place where you're like, I need to do something about it.
Yes, I decided I really need to do something.
Yeah.
Let's say I was kind of desperate because
Desperate, yeah.
because it was just right after I had the same mood like many times before, and I really thought that just because of these moods, I'm destroying my friendships, relationships, and so on.
Right. There's something you told me, we were talking about it the other day, like in terms of age. You mentioned like 40 years of this stuff that built up over patterns. And you mentioned one really cool thing during our consultation was that it's kind of scary not to know this as you get older.
Yes, that's true. Like still like I'm still not too old to change something.
Yeah.
And if like I think that the sooner you start with this thing, the bigger piece of life you can be better.
Yeah,
you,
'cause-
you can fix the problems and have a happier life.
And the really great thing about all of this is you're getting new information, new knowledge, new tools. And so you were telling me like it's incredible the amount of progress you made in just 2 weeks. And you're like, yes, now I can actually use these tools that came from the dream to use in relationships, in personal life. It helps me do so and so.
Yes, yes. It's like for me, I was very surprised how fast and how big the progress is.
Yeah.
Like of course I'm on the beginning, but at least the 2 weeks, it at least helped me like to see that it works. So I should keep working, and even now the progress is like I would say like big enough actually.
Yeah. Can you give like a little example of what progress you made?
Like the first thing that's like when I came, I said like I don't like myself anymore because I was really disappointed that I'm not able to manage my behavior. I don't understand my mind, and I wasn't sure that we can fix it or something. So I was really like angry with myself. And yeah, so when we started with analyzing of the dreams, that important thing for me that it made sense. So all the analysis, it made sense to me, and like next dreams actually started to change according to my new knowledge. So I could see the progress in the dreams, but I remember that in every dream I could see some progress.
Yeah, like for one example, Julie, your friend, is in the dream, and we described her as being like, for example, she was driving the car, and then that told us that you're not in control. Psychologically, Julie, his anima, or the feminine side, is in control of the car, right? And
Yes,
then
yes.
the next dreams we saw, because we did the interpretation or the analysis correct, we saw that there's a new evolution because now you're driving the car.
Yes,
And
that's true.
it's that small thing. And then it's like, okay, what does that mean in real life? It means that the ego now is in more control. And you've taken literal steps. Like this is a particular solution for you where I told you start playing chess because you are an INFP, so you're a feeling type. So what we wanted to do is try to encourage your thinking side. So I told you to play chess so that you become more strategic in your thinking, and that helped too. So like the dream has a way of helping you, not just telling you what's wrong, but helping you understand what you need to do as well.
Yes, yes, it's like guiding me somewhere.
Right. Yeah, yeah. And you got a lot of life wisdom. Like
Definitely.
yeah. Do you remember some? Like, and it's hard to say because we talked for so long. And
Yeah, like yes, for me the most important thing which I learned and which I still think about it, like I need to slow down sometimes. Like if I'm in a rush, I need to think that why I'm in a rush. It's no reason for that, and focus to come back to the moment, come back to the place where I am right now. Not think about where I will be in the next 5, 10, or 15 minutes, or even few days or months, but just focus on the current situation, current moment. Slow down because like if I'm in a rush, it doesn't help anything. So just this little thing, it sounds like little thing, but it's helped me like very much.
what, in addition to that, the dream also is teaching you about yourself that you have not known for almost 40 years of your whole life. You're learning about yourself that you never knew, like the different people that show up in your dreams, right? We learned what your shadow looks like, what your feminine side looks like.
Yes.
And you never knew before. It seemed like maybe you thought like, oh, these are about the real people out there. But then I told you, no, there's some part of your psychology that you have without.
Yes, this knowledge before I didn't have.
Yeah.
Actually, it's like it's easy. If I accept this idea, it's easy because yes, now I don't see the real people in the dreams, or I see, but I understand that it's not them, but it's still me. Like everyone in my dream, it's still me. Like everything in the dream, it's like me.
Yeah, and that's so crazy because it's like now there are different kinds of people living inside you, which means that this has a lot to do with shadow and projecting, right? You stop projecting out your negative qualities, and maybe it helps you, give you more courage and give you more self-esteem, because now you're no longer worried about what people are thinking about you. You're like, I know who I am because I know that.
Yeah, of course,
right?
The understanding of myself, of course, it improved my self-confidence.
Yeah.
And also the results, with like if I see the results and if I see that the results are good and let's say fast, it also like make me confident that I am actually able to solve the problems which I wanted, and maybe even problems which I didn't know that I have.
Yeah, and you made a really good point. You said that a lot of the explanations that I give you is logical.
Yes, it's important because I'm like a logical man, so it must be some logic inside. Otherwise, I wouldn't believe. If you say me like this dream means this, but if you didn't give me the logic explanation, I wouldn't believe.
Yeah. What is an example of the logic? Like, if you do this behavior, this will happen. Like consequences.
Yeah, like it makes sense because it's actually it mirrors my behavior in real life. So yes, like if someone else driving car in my dream, it means that I'm not controlling my like life or destiny or something. And when I start to drive or walk or
Yeah.
when I go to the road like by myself, not because my friends in dream or someone else tell me like do this, but if it is my decision, it means that I'm starting to have control about my mind.
Mm. So what do you think now, like if you never knew about this?
Like I'm pretty sure that I would never break my patterns, of course. I would never have actually a chance to understand myself in deep, and it would be really sad if I get this knowledge like after, let's say, 20 years, because I will have less time to improve and also to enjoy the knowledge.
It's a bit
Because
scary,
it's like,
right?
yes, it's of course it's scary.
Yeah. So it's like almost fate that we met, and because we were friends first, and then you, I think after seeing the people that I was helping, you're like, you know what, I'll just give it a try.
Yes.
And so it's like a bit of luck there, because the chances of us meeting overseas is so small.
For sure.
It's crazy. And the fact that there are very, very few people who know about this thing. Hopefully in the future more people will know, but so it was a very small chance that you would not have come across.
It was like a lot of coincidence actually.
Yeah.
And okay, I would probably try the dream analysis just from curiosity.
Yeah.
But because I have like a good reason, I was definitely more open to accept and to try and to listen to you. So maybe that's why the progress is so fast, because I was very open.
Yeah. And do you want to share how many days now you have not had a drink?
Now I think it's like 17 days. Like it's not so long time. I had a longer period in my life, but this time it's like I plan to keep it as long as possible.
Yeah.
Hopefully, like for forever, but never trust the alcoholic.
Yeah. I think it's really important that people hear different stories, and I think yours is quite powerful. I think we definitely can go maybe in another video deeper into your history, so that people really understand the pain that you went through and the difficulties of those patterns that started from a quite young age, right?
Yeah, I think yes.
Yeah, in another video.
Since I remember, actually.
Yeah. I mean, it is the hardest thing for us as people to do, is how do we break those patterns? And that's precisely what the dream tries to give you, is it shows you a unique solution for your life, so that it's not a generalized solution that just take pills, that'll solve your problem. It's completely unique for your situation. There are many people who are alcoholics, but each one will have a different solution that only, not even me as the analyst has any right to say, but only your dreams. Your dreams will provide you your own unique solution, and it'll show you where the problems are, and then try to balance you again. And this is what this is all about. It's just balance. It's how do you balance the outside and the inside. And yeah, it's just so incredibly powerful. And
It's just actually everything what I do is just I understand the dreams, and that's all.
yeah.
Like rest of the work, it's doing inside of my mind.
Yeah.
So just
And outside, like, what do you do now? You go to the gym every day. You are starting to lose weight and eat healthier. Confidence is elevated, not inflation, but I think confidence is there. Like, it's not fully there yet. There's still stuff to work on, because we're only doing it for a short
yeah,
time.
of course. Like I think like it's like never ending way actually, because the deeper you go, the more things you can see, and more things you don't understand, and you want to understand or explore.
Yeah,
So,
and I do want to add this because it's important. Maybe I'll just put this in the beginning, but like when we talked about your anima, your feminine side, or the woman in your dreams, she teaches you more about women than women. So what does that mean is that you can understand women by understanding yourself.
yes.
Isn't that to me is just so powerful.
Yeah, it's very powerful, and very amazing. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's not so difficult as it could sound. Like we just analyze the dreams.
Yeah.
So I just understand what my mind trying to explain to me, and that's all. And everything happening like automatically actually.
And I don't think we mentioned in the beginning, but you're from Czech Republic.
Yes, I'm from Czech
How,
Republic.
how many languages do you speak?
I speak Czech, English, some kind of Russian.
Russian,
Of course,
a
I
little
understand
French.
a little French, little German, and of course, I understand Slovak because it's like.
So that's even more insane. Is that even a person? So I come from the United States. That even a person from Czech Republic, whose first language is not even English, still can understand these concepts, even if they're psychological concepts or maybe even complex psychological concepts. You still have the capacity to understand.
We have time to explain. If I don't understand some words, you can explain, and at least I knew some new words.
Yeah, but in addition to that, it just also shows that you are very intelligent.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not trying to inflate you. You are very intelligent. So yeah, again, thank you for allowing me to have a talk with you and interview, and maybe we can do more in the future and go deeper. I think this is a good way to just have an introduction of how powerful this stuff is.
Yes.
Cool. Thanks, Carol.
Okay. Thank you. Do you think